Dzień dobry moi drodzy, witam na następnym odcinku z gry Starfield. No i co? Zgodnie z obietnicą już pokazuję stare śmieci, porozmawiać z Sarą. Kontynuujemy sobie fabułę w tym odcinku. Z tym wchodzimy do naszej loży. No i co, tu jest nasz robocik. Porozmawiajmy z nią w takim razie. Jeszcze sobie zapiszę, czemu by nie.
Something you need? We're just at the beginning of this mystery, and you're going to be there for it.
Ruszajmy.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising. A volunteer force that helps defend the edges of United Colonies space. They're always looking for recruits. Lots of retired veterans and dangerous professionals mixed in with part-timers who barely have a laser cannon welded to a hull. My contact is in the recruiting office, so he hears a lot about what the volunteers are up to. We have to assume that we're not the only ones to have stumbled into this mystery. But most people aren't going into space looking for the unknown. They're looking for places to settle, resources to extract, territory to defend. An odd-looking rock or a single strange hunk of metal wouldn't mean much to them. That's why Constellation exists, in a way, to put pieces like this together.
Dobra.
Felt the same way when I started too. There's an electricity in the air when you know you're about to uncover something.
Właśnie, de facto zaczynamy. To, co robiliśmy, to był taki prolog swego rodzaju, jak rozumiem.
I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Jeśli będziesz, Sara zostanie zablokowana. Jeśli będziesz kontynuować, Sara zostanie zablokowana w... Aha, dobra. Właściwie to co jest, to co chcę.
You mean besides the ship, the robot, and a place to stay all rent-free? We do have some funds we can disperse from time to time. Not to mention, I think we can get you a proper suit. We're explorers. We keep a lot of equipment on hand for that purpose. So the more you work with us, the more we can share what we have.
To dołącz do nas.
We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood? I mean, Constellation has a roster of members who haven't always been on the right side of their respective society. We're risk takers. Some of us have seen the inside of a jail cell more than once. If you join us, it means you're committed to our mission. In exchange, we give you latitude in your choice of means.
Rozumiano.
Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
Okej.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters
A
available.
ty już Wasko pójdziesz z nami? A jeszcze trochę tu poprzechodziłem, droga Saro. Nie będę ukrywał. Jest i Sara. Dokąd to? Tam gdzieś. Idziesz ze mną? Idziesz. Tyle szkoda mi, bo lubiłem Wasko. Robocika, już go tak polubiłem, kurczę, a to tak ucieka ode mnie. Tędy ja tam dojdę, droga, Saro? Niezbyt. Kurczę, to jest niżej. Może tędy, co? Tak, tędy. Zobaczymy, jak sobie Sara poradzi z tym. Było zapisać wcześniej, co? Ja im taki skok zrobiłem. Czekajcie, wróćmy na szlak i zobaczmy, co na to Sara. Zresztą to jest taki mój towarzysz, jak rozumiem, nie mam się o niego martwić. Czekajcie, tam sobie przejdziemy. To powinna się przy mnie pojawić. No właśnie, bo ona tu średnio tak przejdzie.
Sarah, good to see you.
O, jest.
Friend.
Hopefully Constellation's newest member. Thought I'd run through some legwork together.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits?
Trochę już tu zarobiłem, robię sobie zadania. Nie wiem, czy to dużo.
United Colonies volunteer fleet. Independent captains enlist, get to use their own ships, and the UC provides them with sustained work and credits. And put in your time, and you're guaranteed UC citizenship and everything that comes with it. Discounts on UC goods and medical services, chance to own a place in New Atlantis. Only way a foreign captain could even dream of seeing those sorts of benefits. So, you want in?
Co, dołączamy?
Excellent. Just need to do a little paperwork. An orientation on the UC, and knock out an exam, and a probationary mission. We need to know you'll be able to hack it out there after all. Do well. You'll be out there keeping the peace in no time.
Don't forget, John. I need him back after you wrap him in that fancy get-up of yours.
No worries, Sarah. I'm not forgetting about you or our little business afterwards. Promise. First things first, head down to the orientation hall and get signed up at the registration terminal. System will walk you through the rest. Oh, and if you got a bounty, well, you're gonna have to make things right with the UC.
Nie wystarczono za mnie żadnej nagrody.
But if you've got any questions, I can get you sorted.
Pogadajmy.
What can I do for you, applicant? MASS is short for Military Administrative and Scientific Triumvirate. From here, the three co-equal divisions of the UC government work together to advance the cause of the colonies. Be that through mutual defense, political and diplomatic strength, or scientific discovery. Now, serving any of the UC's divisions grants citizenship, but scientific and admin positions in the UC tend to be real competitive. Understandable, most people would prefer to earn their citizenship behind a desk rather than in combat. Not something I'd ever choose for myself, but understandable. Military used to have a pretty narrow view of where the best pilots came from. In their eyes, it was UC or bust. The creation of the Vanguard was an acknowledgement by the brass that maybe not all the galaxy's greatest pilots went through a UC flight school. So it's the Vanguard's job to find them and get them to fly for us.
O, dobra, jestem.
Me? 6, 7 years now? Was a recon squad commander in a former life. So it wasn't too big a jump bossing around foreign pilots instead. But Vanguard's been a quality assignment. Meet new people, judge them on a series of diverse criteria, get them out there helping people who need it. Sure thing. What do you want to know? Vanguard work is as needed. When we've got jobs, we'll make them available to you. But the work itself, well, it runs the gamut. Sometimes you might be hunting down hostile ships on behalf of the UC Navy, or you might be called up to help the Science Division clean up some invasive species. Hell,
No dobra.
you've even been asked to help
Jasna
take on the
sprawa.
occasional terramorph. And sometimes we just need cargo support. Not every job's glamorous. The Vanguard only gets
Na razie
called in
takim
for
głównym
ones
wrogiem
with a
byli tylko
chance of
piraci
seeing
nasi.
action.
Piraci
Wherever
znaczy.
the UC needs
Ciekaw
us.
jestem, czy jakaś nowa
Vanguard
się
is there.
pojawi. Nowe się pojawią. No, wszystko
The
tutaj.
exam's just a simulation. Only way you'll be hurt there is if you trip on your way inside. Now, for the probationary mission, we select those specifically to ease you
To
into
my
the
jeszcze
type
przez
of
takie
work you'll be
samouczki
doing
będziemy
here.
przechodzić.
Make sure you're capable of handling things on your own. But I can't promise it'll be risk-free. The UC sends us on jobs because there could be combat. This mission would be no different. Now, if that's a deal breaker, I won't be offended if you walk away. But this is the military. The chance of conflict is kind of in the job description. For the exam, we'll be putting you through a combat flight simulation.
Okej.
Let us see your piloting skills. Evaluate how you behave under pressure. All without any risk
Czyli
of
znowu
you
strzelanie w
inadvertently
kosmosie?
getting blown out an airlock. For the probationary mission, though, we'll be sending you out on a job all on your own. The specifics of the mission vary by what's available at the time. But we're not about to ask you to storm a Crimson Fleet base or whatever. At least, not on Mission 1. More likely, you'll be making a drop-off to some UC citizens in an area that's outside normal naval patrols. There'll be a risk of hostile contacts, but that's far from guaranteed. Just hop into the elevator. You want the button for Vanguard Orientation Hall.
Okej.
Register yourself at the terminals in the lobby and the exam system will get you to where you need to go.
Mogę
I'll
zaczynać.
keep an eye out for your results.
Dobra. Jakaś winda, tak? Dalej mnie będzie denerwował. Czekajcie, jeszcze coś mogę? Zobaczmy jeszcze.
Something wrong with the exam?
Niby tak.
Right. Got so wound up bringing you on board, I almost forgot.
Oh, I haven't. Come on, John. Let's hear it before you try to convince him to join the Marines.
Patrzcie, powiedziała moje imię.
All right. Here's what I've got. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system. Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me. You kidding? Lowest posting request rate in the whole fleet. Only thing there the UC cares about is Mars. And no one wants to go to Mars. They want to get off Mars. Oh, he goes way back. Think he was recruit number 81 or something. Sol system has a lot of planets, but a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols. You'll have to ask him, but Vanguard volunteers have retrieval rights if they get into a scrap. Wouldn't be surprised if he found it off of a pirate or something like that.
Okej. Codziennie.
Bring a coloring book. You get so used to seeing red, you'll forget what blues and greens look like. Anything for Sarah. UC always takes care of its own. Even the prodigal children.
Oh, brother.
Spytaj w Cydonii o... No dobra, ale ja bym chciał się jeszcze do nich przyjąć. Czekajcie. Wejdźmy sobie w dzienniczek. No właśnie, zgłoś się do gwardii. Czekajcie. Supra L Ultra. Wybierz piętro. No jak już tu jesteśmy, to oczywiście, że sobie to zrobimy. Mam nadzieję, że Sara jeszcze na mnie będzie cierpliwie czekać. Rejestracja do gwardii. Aha. Nie mam żadnej... Proszę bardzo, macie tu... Jeszcze więcej. Dobra, musimy jakąś... Salę rekrutacyjną, dobra.
Registration accepted. You may now proceed through the historical displays in the orientation hall, or continue on to the examination.
In 2150, humanity learned the Earth's magnetosphere would collapse sometime in the next half-century, eliminating all life on the planet. Decisive action was required, but the secure transport of an entire civilization would demand a new kind of cooperation, a new kind of courage, and a new kind of union. Thus, in 2159, the United Colonies were formed to make that journey possible. Just 1 year later, the Galileo, the first of many colony ships, touched down here on Jemison, beginning a new era of human history, the age of the United Colonies.
The effort and planning it must have taken to evacuate literally the entire planet. Can you imagine? The logistics alone must have been mind-boggling.
No widzisz, droga Saro. Tu dalsza historia, tak? Dobra.
From their foundation, the United Colonies strove to provide all their citizens with opportunity, security, and peace.
Nie sobie
But there were
posłucham.
those among the UC that still wanted something more. Independence. So in 2161, the UC issued the Centaurus Proclamation, granting UC citizens the right to settle distant worlds and form their own sovereign powers. It wasn't long before the first new faction, the Free Star Collective, was formally organized in 2188, later followed by House Varun, revealing themselves to the universe in 2230.
The result of the Centaurus Proclamation has always left me torn. So much conflict arose as a result. Was it worth it?
No dobra, fajnie. W końcu mam tutaj, chciałem sobie posłuchać o tej historii tego świata.
When the citizens of Aquila banded together with the pleasure city of Neon in mutual defense. But in 2194, after the deployment of a UC medical star station in orbit around their world, the citizens of Narion also requested to join the collective. The resulting rise in tensions between the Free Star Collective and UC culminated in the settled system's first intergalactic conflict, the Narion War. Despite a decisive victory by the UC, the colonies permitted the citizens of Narion to join the collective, forming the basis for the fiercely independent union that persists to this day.
No dobra. Fajnie, fajnie, bo jak w końcu sobie posłucham w tym świecie.
House Varun forces declared all-out war on the rest of human civilization, initiating the Serpent's Crusade.
Świata węża, no dobra.
Over the next 23 years, thousands of Free Star, UC, and independent souls were killed by agents of House Varun in the name of their serpent god. It was only with the death of their founder in 2263 and the succession of his heir Jarek that House Varun finally sued for peace. There remained, however, select members of House Varun who refused to recognize the cessation of hostilities their leaders established. Even after House Varun's mysterious disappearance, these zealots remain a threat to all who encounter them.
To z pewnością będziemy mieli nimi do czynienia, co?
The goal of all space.
Dobra. A tu dalej, kurczę. Chętnie posłuchamy.
Of the many conflicts between the galaxy's factions, none was more brutal than the recent colony war between
Kurczę,
the
Gwiazda
UC
Śmierci
and
wygląda
the Free
tak.
Star Collective.
Wiem, oczywiście to ma symbolizować
Set off by the unauthorized Free Star
wojnę,
colonization of Bethesda
zniszczenia.
Pride in 2308, a direct violation of the Narion Treaty, the colony war spread quickly across the galaxy. Both sides deployed every tool at their disposal. Armadas of warships, mechanized combat platforms, or mechs, even bioengineered alien creatures, the infamous UC Xeno-weapons. It was only in 2311 at the Battle of Cheyenne that the scales finally tipped, the Free Star Collective, utilizing their civilian fleet as a human shield, successfully crippled the superior United Colonies Navy. After their shocking victory against the galaxy's greatest navy, the Free Star Collective offered terms of peace, which the colonies, out of an interest in staving off any further human costs, accepted. The galaxy has been rebuilding ever since.
Tak się zastanawiam, ja już powiedziałem, że dołączę do tego, no nie?
Was a horrible conflict.
Jakbym dalej poszedł w fabułę, to bym miał do innych też możliwość dołączyć. A dobra, już zarzekłem się, to dołączymy. Tak słucham o innych, no nie? W frakcjach.
Few settled worlds were left untouched by the colony war. But nowhere could the viciousness of modern warfare be seen more clearly than on the Free Star planet of Nera. Initially occupied by invading United Colonies forces as a forward operating position, repeated attempts to take and retake the planet by collective forces led only to devastation. Swaths of the world were transformed into scorched husks, a nightmarish testament to the depths of human ingenuity and human cruelty. And today, Nera remains a continuing reminder to the horrors of unfettered war.
No dobra, jeszcze?
I bring
Kurczę.
her here almost every day to stare at this thing.
Fajnie, my też spotkamy takiego stwora na drodze naszej.
In the Colony War, a different kind of tragedy struck the UC city of Londinian. A newly constructed but critical supply center for the United Colonies war effort, Londinian found itself overrun
Kurczę, już słyszeliśmy
by one of
gdzieś
the
to, nie?
galaxy's most mysterious predators.
Teromorfa. Jeszcze się nie mierzyliśmy.
A rare but pervasive threat to all human-settled worlds, Terramorphs swept over the city, seemingly out of nowhere, on a scale never before seen in recorded history. Valiant efforts by the UC military slowed the onslaught, but the creatures proved unstoppable. Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the Londinian spaceport, sealing off the city, the outbreak, and its citizenry from the galaxy at large. The tragedy of Londinian is mourned by the UC to this day.
No dobra, to ciekaw jestem. Myślę, że jesteśmy w stanie, w końcu będziemy się w stanie udać do tego miasta i walczyć z tymi stworami, co? Mam takie przeczucie.
After the devastation wrought by the Colony War, the UC and the Freestar Collective came
Czy jest tu
together
ZK
to
i
ratify a
Kolektyw
treaty
Wolnych
that
Gwiazd,
became
tak?
known as
Takie dwie silne organizacje. Dobra, już dołączam do tych
Both
ZK.
sides agreed to a vast reduction in standing forces, and that xeno-weapons and mech warfare would be outlawed. All related research was sealed away, accessible only in cases of dire emergency. But the Collective had another demand, that the active commanders of the UC military stand trial for their actions. The United Colonies, in the interest of peace and galactic security, agreed. In 2311, 3 United Colonies senior officers were found guilty. Commander Henry Durant, General Indira Rastogi, and Fleet Admiral Francois Sanon, known better as Ve Victus. All were sentenced to death for their actions, bringing the colony war to a close and returning peace to the galaxy at long last.
I was a strong supporter of the armistice. All of the terrible weapons that both sides used against one another. It had to end.
Jeszcze? Dobra, chyba ostatni, co?
It was into this new world that the Vanguard was born. An official branch of the UC Navy, the Vanguard is the United Colonies Volunteer Fleet, serving a myriad of security, logistical, and reconnaissance roles. And after a sufficient length of service, UC citizenship is guaranteed to every Vanguard member. Open to all captains, regardless of origin, the Vanguard is leading the charge to protect and support the citizens of the United Colonies, wherever in the galaxy they may be.
Dobra, to ostatnie.
No one is born a United Colony citizen. Only through service to the UC can one hope
A, bo dzisiaj są...
to earn
Dobra, w tym
one's
świecie są już
citizenship.
Zjednoczone Kolonie. Dobra, już słuchaj, dobra.
But the UC prides itself on
No,
taking care of
no,
its
nie,
people.
nieważne, nic nie mówię.
Cost of living controls means citizens pay less than their foreign counterparts for needs big and small.
O, to mi się
All
podoba.
citizens are issued a grant upon joining to get themselves on their
A nie,
feet.
czekajcie, bo to...
And only UC citizens have the opportunity to purchase property.
O, czyli będzie dla
The
mnie, tak?
chance to live in one of the most beautiful
Dostępne.
cities in the settled systems. By joining the Vanguard today, you too can begin earning your place here, in the heart of galactic civilization. As a
Dobrze,
citizen
dziękuję za te piękne
of the
opowiastki.
United Colonies.
No chyba, że dalsze będą, bo to tylko winda. Ale nie, to już symulator lotu, tak? Kurczę, nie zapisałem. Czekajcie, jeszcze sobie zapiszę. A czekajcie, jeszcze tak. Stare śmieci, dobra. Prawie, że tak przerwałem tą misję fabularną swoją drogą, ale myślę, że
spent a fair bit of time in simulators.
Chcecie to potraktować jako taką mini misję fabularną? Bardzo ciekawa misja.
Have fun.
Troszkę sobie posłuchać o tym świecie. Jeszcze taka jedna z tych misji pobocznych, które możemy nazwać równie dobrze... Ja to tak kradnę, jeszcze mydło. Które równie dobrze mogłyby być fabularne. Dobra, wiecie co on tu jest, nie będę to tak kradł. Nie wiem, właśnie nie wiem, czy to by były jakieś konsekwencje. Ktoś by mi tu zwrócił uwagę.
This is the Mark 18 Flight Simulation Chamber applicant, currently in orbit around a high-detail recreation of a remote world. When you're ready to begin, please take a seat in the pilot's chair.
No nie mamy nic do stracenia. Lecimy.
Your exam is simple. Defeat as many tiers of opponents as you can before your ship is disabled.
Okej.
You must defeat at least 3 tiers of opponents to pass the exam. Good hunting,
Ale
applicant.
głośny jest. Ja dziękuję. Coś jest?
New targets active.
Gdzie jesteście? Czekajcie, ja muszę przypomnieć sobie. Dobra, jak tam się... Nie mam tarcz? O, siup. Bo nie przekierowałem też, nie? Ja muszę... Kurde, czekajcie, ja sobie odlecę. Tylko muszę mi się załadować. Dobra, i zaraz mu taką beczkę walniemy. Nie lubię walczyć w kosmosie, muszę szczerze I ty, bo on mnie atakuje. Patrzcie jak on się skubany ustawił. Właśnie teraz my się trochę ustawimy, co? Zapraszam pana. Tak, wolę strzały. Kurde. Osłony wyłączone, świetnie. Czekajcie, muszę polatać. Osłony. Alt do góry. Dobra. Ale już mi wyłączył, kurde. No, bo jestem na... Okej. Kliknąłem. Czekajcie, oczy 0 zaś. Kółko. Ale nie rób takiego fikołka, stary. Kurde, gdzie on jest? Gdzie on jest? Wykończmy już go, bo my... Dobrze.
All targets eliminated. Progress
Nas będzie
reported.
dwóch, tak?
Tier 1 reached. Initiating Tier 2.
Ile mam tych części statków? Przygotuj się na następcę. Co to jest w ogóle? Tak by mnie to interesowało.
New targets active.
Chodź tu, zapraszam. Chodź tu. Zmniejszyłem o 1 poziom trudności, ale No nienawidzę, wybaczcie, ale nienawidzę po prostu walki kosmicznej w tej grze. Zaraz oczywiście to zmienię. No chodź tu już. Gdzie od razu przyjemniej. No nienawidzę tego, nie lubię tego w tej grze po prostu.
Tier 2 reached.
Dobra, trzeci i koniec. Po prostu zrobiłem to, żeby mieć to za sobą i tyle.
New targets active.
Mogę się męczyć na ziemi, ale nie w kosmosie. Gdzie wy jesteście? Koledzy moi drodzy, tu jesteś. Kurde, ale nie przyspieszaj tak, nie. Co, znowu się będziemy bawić? Dobrze. Też dwóch jest, a to ciekawe. Myślałem, że... No. Chodź tu, proszę, please. Come on, no właśnie, nienawidzę tego. Ja mam nadzieję, że tego nie będzie za dużo w tej grze.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded.
Co, kończymy?
Tier 3 reached.
Congratulations, applicant. You've defeated sufficient opponents to pass the exam. You may now exit the simulator through the hatch to record your current score, or stay and try
ja
your
podziękuję
hand
już
at the
naprawdę.
remaining tiers.
Mam nadzieję, że tego... Ej, ale ja chcę wyłączyć. No.
Resuming the examination.
New targets active.
Co to ma być? Zapisz... Aha, dobra, bo muszę wyjść jeszcze z tej symulacji, tak? Dobra, moi drodzy, ale momencik. Okej, moi drodzy, jestem z powrotem. Trzy na 6. Opuść symulator, dziękuję. Tyle miałem zrobić, nie zamierzam się tu więcej bawić z tymi.
Congratulations, applicant. You've passed. You can head up to Commander Tuwala to receive your final results and your probationary assignment. Or you're welcome to take another run at the simulation
Nie, dziękuję.
if you'd like to try and earn a better score. We'll only keep your best run.
No to co, idziemy do niego. Witam pana, bo teraz będzie jakaś misja próbna, tak? To już takie wolę, zdecydowanie.
Who's back? Everything go all right with the exam? Or did you have some questions you needed answered first? So these are your numbers that just came through then. You ready to hear how you did?
Zrobiłem tyle, ile musiałem.
You did, but your exam score and how you got there factor into how long you're going to have to serve to get your citizenship. So, you ready to review it? Then let's get to them. So, looking at the data, checked out a few of the murals. Good. A test of preparation and thoroughness. Two traits the Vanguard values highly. Psychological results are all within expected levels. Navy doesn't have room for folks that'll fall apart the first time they're trying to outrun a homing missile. Now, how'd you do against your foes? All right, clear tier 3. We try to set a high bar, so that's no small feat. Nice work.
Hell of a job. I might even let you fly me around sometime.
Ja mam nadzieję, że nie będę musiał z nimi walczyć.
Looking at your results as a whole, and presuming you're successful in completing your probationary mission,
A już gramy na normalnym,
you
tak
could
swoją
have your
drogą.
UC citizenship after only
Zmieniłem.
10 years service. Better than your average lab rat or diplomat, but pretty standard for folks going out into combat.
10 years might seem like a long time, but it's
10 lat, dobra, a w tej grze, czyli ja będę miał w tej grze to obywatelstwo?
So, sounds to me like we've got Vanguard material on our hands. If you're interested, we could bring you on as a provisional member today.
No tak, oczywiście, że chcę.
Get you the credits you've earned, then send you out on your probationary mission.
To co, jeszcze przejdziemy misję
First,
próbną?
though, all UC service people, provisional or otherwise, are required to swear an oath. So, you want to make this official? Commit yourself to the cause of the colonies?
Myślę, że tak.
It's a big decision. John, you're not about to have my compatriot here sign some kind of contract that sells you their grandmother 5 years down the line, are you?
Officer's honor, Sarah. This is honest work.
Może jeszcze
honest
kogoś
credits.
poznamy. Ale dobra.
ready to do the
Pierwsi tacy. Gram też po raz pierwszy. Więc niech będzie.
Fantastic. Then just follow me.
Dobra, chodźmy jeszcze za nim. Ale jak będzie następna misja, to my musimy już sobie kończyć powoli, co? Już troszkę to trwa wszystko, jeszcze idę za nim. A właściwie to gdzie ja idę? Jest zejście? A, tu jest zejście. Chłopie, ale mam nadzieję, że blisko, bo twoim tempem to my daleko nie zajdziemy. Skręcaj, chłopie. A nie, tutaj, dobra.
Wouldn't be right doing this where we couldn't see the skies. Now,
Przysięgam.
raise your right hand. The motto of the Vanguard is Supra et Ultra, above and beyond. That is where we serve, beyond the furthest reaches of the United Colonies military, and with honor and duty above reproach. Do you swear to protect and defend the citizens of the United Colonies to the best of your abilities? And to uphold the values of the Vanguard, honor, loyalty, self-reliance in all your actions.
Daj się zastanawiać, ja dobrze zrobiłem, że się do nich tak szybko przyłączyłem.
Then let me be the first to officially welcome you to the United Colonies Vanguard. Now, only thing left is getting you that probationary mission. And what I've got is comms repair. Group trying to refurb an old colony war processing plant on Tau Ceti 2. Sounds like they'd barely gotten set up when their communications died. Place is as isolated as they come, so Brass wants a Vanguard to deliver the repair suite and ensure anyone present is safe and secure. So, can the people of Tau Ceti 2
Oczywiście.
count on you? That's the spirit. Head down to the spaceport and talk to Crew Chief Harath. He'll get you the repair suite plus your new recruit kit. Oh, and your advance. Give it your all out there. Supra et Ultra.
3000. I poziom 5. Pięknie. Od razu wydajemy, co? Czekajcie, to na co my teraz pójdziemy? W porcie. W następnym odcinku to już zrobimy. Zastanawiam się, że jeśli będzie możliwość przerwać tą misję próbną, to... Czekajcie, tu jest perswazja, a właśnie. Zwiększymy ją może o jedno, co? Tylko się tak zastanawiam, czy jeszcze nie chciałbym... Ja wiem. Kurde, kradzież to też. Dobra, niech będzie druga poziom perswazji. Czekajcie, mogę? A muszę ukończyć wyzwanie. A co ja muszę? Odnieść sukces i perswazji. A, dobra. O, to nieważne. To też tu muszę wyzwanie ukończyć, tak? Zestrzel wrogu z pistoletów, tak. Co myślicie o tym, żeby w lasery pójść? Czy może kradzież? Dobra, kradzież niech będzie. Blokuj. Okej, moi drodzy. Na razie sobie zakończymy. Nie przejdę. Dobra, na razie sobie zakończymy. Trzymajcie się do następnego odcinka. Cześć!